What's going on, Bigger Pockets? It's Matt Fairclough. So some of you guys watching are brand new investors, and I lovingly refer to you, and a lot of other Bigger Pockets folks and some Bigger Pockets brand new people refer to yourselves as newbies, okay? It's not a derogatory term. I was a newbie at one point. That's just a term that gets floated around BP. So if you are a newbie, there is a chance, and this is a newer investor, there's a chance that you maybe are not doing a deal, okay? That maybe you've not done a deal yet, and that's okay. This is not a judgmental video. This is an accepting video, and I'm trying to give you guys 3 reasons why I think newbies may not have done a deal yet, okay? And I'm giving you guys this so that you can, if you're brand new, so you can circumvent these things, okay? And if you're newer as well, maybe you can look yourself in the mirror and realize that maybe one of these 3 reasons I'm gonna give you are one of the reasons that's holding you back, so that you can dissolve that reason and move forward and do deals and build your wealth and build your real estate business, okay? So that's the purpose of this video, is to give you guys 3 reasons that I see when I talk to a lot of newbies, and I talk to a lot of newbies about why they have not done a deal yet, okay? Here are the 3 reasons and a brief discussion on each one, okay? You guys ready? Put your seatbelt on, here we go. So, reason number 1, numero uno. I'll even change colors here, okay? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change the color. I'm gonna make this, what do you think? You guys think number 1 should be, let's do number 1 in green, okay? Cool, you guys ready? Okay, green. That a lot of newbies, they, just got in and they read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. God bless it. That's the first book that I read about real estate. Maybe you found Bigger Pockets. You're super excited. You're like, you know what? I want to get in. I want to do a deal. But we don't realize is you don't just say, I'm going to get in, I want to do a deal, and you go buy a piece of real estate and then it makes you a lot of money, right? In between there is having goals and a plan. Okay? Now, one reason why newbies don't do real estate deals is because they don't have goals and a plan. And this is what not having goals and a plan may look like for you. If you find yourself one day looking at a fix and flip, the next day looking at a property you might try and wholesale, and then after that, 2 days later looking at a rental deal you might want to buy, and then 3 days after that watching some video from some guy on YouTube talking about buying apartment buildings, and then the next day again realizing that you never got back to that person you wanted to buy wholesale from, and the next day after that realizing that you never got back to that person on the fix and flip, and then after that realizing that you got to make the offer on that tax lien deal, whatever you're doing. You're running in a lot of different directions, and if that's the case, if I'm describing you, my friend, that's maybe is because you don't have goals and a plan. And I know that because it takes one to know one. When I first got started in real estate, that was me. I was running around looking at a lot of different opportunities, and I was excited to be out, and I was excited to be just in real estate and excited to be in the business. I was looking at a lot of different opportunities, meeting a lot of cool people, and looking at a lot of exciting stuff, but I did nothing. I bumped into a lot of walls and made a big mess, and because I didn't have goals and a plan. And it was not until I had goals and a plan for myself, for my real estate business, that things really started to take action. Here's what goals and a plan may look like for you. Like, how much money do you want to make from this business? What does your time look like? Okay, with regards to real estate. When I say time, I mean how much time can you put in, and how much time do you want to be putting in 5 years from now? Okay, and goals is like what does life look like 5 years from now, 3 years, and 1 year. Okay, Brandon Turner has a phenomenal goals planner. You guys need to check it out. It's a 90-day goals journal. Check that out because that is a great way to get going on this, okay? And I'm not even, this video is not a plug for that. This is just a great vehicle to use to get yourself your goals done. The first thing you guys need to do is set the goals. Then you use that journal to help you implement them and put it forward, right? But the goals answer a lot of these questions, okay? But beyond all that, the goals will eventually lead you to how many deals and of what type you need to be doing to get yourself where you want to go in life. The goal is not, this is how many deals I want, this is what I want. The goal is what you want life to look like, right? 5 years from now, whatever. I want to be earning this much, I want to be living here, I want to be doing this with my day-to-day time, whatever it is. And then you need to back out of that and figure out what you want to be, what kind of business you need to be running from a real estate perspective to support the lifestyle that you want, right? Then the plan is the roadmap that you're going to go to get from where you are now to the goal, to where you want to go, okay? And the plan could be something like, well, okay, I want to, the goal is you figure out the life that you want would be supported by owning 10 rental units in 2 years, okay? Great. Well, to get those 10 rental units, well, how many offers do you need to make? Do you need to choose a market? Yeah, you need to choose a market. You can't just be buying all across the continental U.S. You need to be, picking a specific market and drilling in, and that plan has to do with all that. It's like choosing your market and how many offers you need to make and contractors you need to meet and realtor relationships you need and things like that. So the plan is the how. Okay? Goals are the what. This is what I want. This is how I'm going to get there. Okay? That is what you need. And most newbies that I meet do not have any of that put together. All they have is the desire to be in real estate, and they've been sold the dream on the what side of what life's going to look like once they get into real estate, which is it's great. It can be a very rewarding business, but without all this, the what out here is just a dream, and it's not something you're going to achieve unless you put this together. Okay, all right. Changing colors. Okay, let's go for red. Red. And this is a tough one, okay? You gotta look yourself in the mirror on this one, and I'm gonna throw a bit of cold water on some of you guys, okay? Number 2, some of you guys are not making deals yet because you are making, I'll just say it outright, you're afraid, okay? And that fear may be covered up in excuses, maybe covered up in procrastination. Procrastination's a big word, you know that? So procrastination, but it's all buried inside of fear. Fear of the unknown, okay? And this is, that fear can look like a lot of different things. It can look like being stuck, like, well, I've been, looking at deals and, and you guys all see people like this. If you go to the real estate, to the RIA meetings, you meet the people that have been going to that same RIA meeting. And listen, I love you if this is you, okay? But I could be describing somebody watching this video. If you've been going to a RIA meeting, learning about real estate for the last 5 years or 2 years or 3 years or whatever, and you haven't made a move in real estate yet, maybe this is why. Right? That you're in the conversation, you're in the game. No, you're not really in the game, you're just in the conversation, you're surfing around bigger pockets, you're going to the meetings, you're reading the books, but you haven't taken anything that you've learned and put it into action yet. And that could be because of this, okay? And you're burying it up in excuses. Well, I don't have money. Well, I don't have time. I don't have this. I don't have that. Well, I don't have a lot of things. Okay. I wish I was taller than 5'7", but that's all I got, right? And I make it work, right? So you deal with what you got. If you don't have money, that's okay. Hey, here's a book on that, right? Raising Private Capital is a book that could teach you a little bit about how to find other people in your network that might have money, right? I can promise you that you don't have to have stacks of millions of dollars of cash and 80 hours a week of time, and be a Mensa student with a 200 IQ to be successful in this business. Okay, odds are you might not need any one of those things. Okay, and if you meet some of the people that I know in this business, you definitely don't need a 200 IQ to be successful in this business, because you'll meet people like, hey, if this person can do it, I can do it too. So it doesn't take smarts, it doesn't take money, it doesn't take a ton of time. It doesn't have to take any of those things. Those are all excuses that you're giving yourself. If you say you don't have those things, those are all excuses. Those are all reasons, okay? And they all trace back to this. And my advice to you on this is the only thing that dissolves fear is action. That you guys taking steps and moving forward even though there's fear. Because there's the little secret that I had to figure out, and I read it in a book at one point, that fear never goes away. And once the things you realize that when you move into the unknown, there will be fear. And once you learn to accept that there's fear, then life gets a lot easier, right? And once you accept that that things are going to be hard, if you reach out for your goals, then this is what it is. I've heard Will Smith once said that everything you want in life is just beyond your comfort zone. Okay, so understand that what you want in this business and what you want for you to achieve this, it will not be easy. It will cause this. Okay, and if you're waiting for this to go away, for the fear to go away, I promise you it will not. You'll be that person going to the real estate club meeting for 5 years in a row without doing a deal because you're afraid, because you're waiting for the fear to go away. Okay, it won't. That's my secret. Okay, you gotta just take action anyway. Get some goals, get a plan, and take action, and just get used to the fear, a little bit of the fear being there. Okay, a lot of fear maybe is a bad signal, but a little bit of fear just means you're moving into the unknown. Okay, now let's change colors. How about purple? Let's do purple. That's a good one. Okay, all right. Number 3, the third reason. Man, that is a good one. Cool. I'll have to use that one more often. The third reason why I see a lot of newbies that don't do deals is because they are listening to other people and chasing the herd, okay? I may have spelled that wrong, but herd. Okay, herd, like a herd of cattle, right? It's H-E-R-D, right? Did I spell it right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, shrugging his shoulders. Okay, great. My video guy's a former school teacher. He should know, but he's not. A herd. I'm just going to write herd. Like a herd of cattle. Okay, that's what I mean, right? Not herd with an ear, but herd. Chasing the herd. That's what you guys are doing. If you hear on a podcast, okay, if you heard on a podcast that this guy's doing this, then you're chasing the herd. But no, if you hear other people at a RIA meeting or on a podcast or whatever talk about like, well, we're all going to go buy in Dallas, or somebody I really look up to is buying a lot of deals in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or in Atlanta, or whatever. And these are not real city examples. These are just places I can think of off the top of my head. But bottom line is, if you are making decisions based on what you hear other people doing and not based on this, your goals and your plan and what your resources are, then you are chasing the herd. And if you do that, you might end up putting yourself into a pool where there's tons of competition, or buying in a market like Dallas, Texas, where that's extremely competitive. Not that you shouldn't buy in Dallas, but if you just are buying there because you hear people that you look up to, they're your mentors or whatever, buying in Dallas and you doing it too, you might be putting yourself into a very competitive marketplace with less resources and less contacts and less everything than the people that you're looking up to have, right? So if you find yourself chasing the herd or buying on headlines or trying to get into deals because you're just following along with them, but with what everybody else is doing, you might be going behind the bubble or behind success on what people are already up to. Like people that have already been successful in a market trying to do what they did, but they're already a year or two ahead of you, right? And you might be in a Me Too type of thing, where if you're trying to invest in a market that's already hot because you heard other people talk about it, then you might not get good deals, okay? Chasing the herd could also look like a couple of different things with regards to investing in real estate. It could look like just being unreasonable with your expectations. We're trying to sell a property right now, and it's on sale for like an 11% capitalization rate. And I had a buyer come in that was trying to negotiate down the 11% capitalization rate that it's for sale for. And it's like, no, you can't get any. You got to try and get better than that. So people with unrealistic expectations maybe are not going to do deals as well. So that could be you. If that's you, then you just understand that do good deals, and pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered, as they say. So don't be a hog, be a pig. It's okay to be a pig. But don't expect everything. Expect a good deal. If you expect great deals, you might not ever get a deal. Okay? So these are the 3 reasons why I think that newbies don't do deals. But if you are a newbie and watching this video, or if you're kind of sort of new, or even if you're an experienced investor and find that you're starting to get stagnant, it could be because of one of these 3 things. Okay? And you don't get to just write your goals and your plan one time in your real estate business and never visit it again. This is something you have to visit over and over and over again to keep your business going. So fear always stays there, remember, and don't chase the herd. Make sure that what you want to do is in line with your goals and your plan, and not just some success equation you've seen other people do, okay? I'm sure there's other reasons, so if you guys are watching this, leave some comments on other reasons that you think newbies might not be doing deals, or if you want to turn yourself in and write in the comment bar, hey man, listen, that's me, you called me out, and I'm committing to do this. If you want to admit that I called you out and make some commitments, leave it in the comment section too. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great, profitable week.